Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Constance Carter, and this is Fly Nubian Money, where we help you to master your mindset and maximize your money. And today, y'all, we have quite the discussion, and we have all the right people today to have this discussion. So, this woman, y'all, I don't know if you guys seen this on any of the reels on social media, but check it. This woman gets kicked out of a friends group for wearing Shein and driving a 2019 Mercedes. Let me say this one more again. She gets kicked out of her friends group for wearing Shein, and which I thought it was Shein, for a long time.
Shein.
My daughter was like,
Black people say Shein.
Yeah, my daughter was like, it's Shein. Okay. Yeah. All I know is I bought something from there to wear at a conference, and I ironed it and it ruined it. So I'll never buy anything from there again. But she got kicked out. She got kicked out of the friends group. So this is crazy. Today we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about classism. We're going to talk about status shaming. We're going to talk about the pressure to perform wealth, because a lot of this shit is actually performative, y'all. Most people, or some people, aren't trying to build wealth no more. They're really trying to look wealthy. And there's a biggest difference, right? Because we know that the person who looks the richest is often normally the what?
Poorest.
And we also talk about the difference between a woman who's truly financially stable and a woman who's just trying to keep up with appearances. Let's get into it. So before we show you this funny ass video, I want to introduce you to the ladies of the panel today. We got Miss Aisha Verze. She's your financial architect, your financial services expert. Hey girl, hey. We're gonna talk to Dominique Morgan. She's with the realtor with the Whitmore Group. She's also a registered nurse. Hey girl, hey.
Hey.
Last but certainly not least, we got the super producer on here. She always look like she's surprised. Oh my God, I'm here. We got the super producer in me.
What?
Miss Black Hollywood. What's happening, baby?
What up, though?
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you, sis? Good to see you.
I'm good to see you too. So I seen this little video last week, and I was like, you cannot be serious. I think I may have just seen the headline, but this lady got really kicked out of her friends group. They said they didn't feel like she should be a part of their friend group because she was wearing Shein. And she had a 2019, not a 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, or 26 Mercedes. She had a 2019. The gall. Clutch my pearls. Clutch my pearls. Let's watch the video. And then let's talk about it. Can we watch the video first?
Yes. So it's a reaction video to that because the young lady wasn't on there. Remember, it was just a screenshot.
Oh, it was just a caption.
It was her text message that she uploaded. So everybody is responding to that. So let's go to that first video.
Gotcha.
That was on here that I saw on Baller Alert, where it was a young lady that was on here speaking about her friends that sent her a text message about them not want to be friends anymore because of the type of clothes that she had on and what she drove. My friend of 8 years said I didn't fit in the friend group anymore because I look cheap. I never knew wearing a Shein outfit and accessories was such a problem. When it comes to Shein, I'm a step for less and still be cute. You don't have to wear designer to fit in or be a it girl. Just be you. I don't need a designer bag or luxury car to fit in. It's a lot of superficial shit because of social media. 8 years. She had to find a way to add Skrilla in there. But 8 years to know that people that is around you that really truly don't fuck with you is a crazy deal.
Do we have the original text or the text of this?
I'm gonna grab it for you.
Okay, grab the text.
Yeah.
Okay, because this is okay. I want to add, Aisha, what you think about this?
For that reason, that's why I'm wearing my cheap Shein dress.
Oh, you have a Shein dress on. Okay, I should have worn this. Actually, might be Shein. Ain't got no tag. It might be.
I'm like, excuse me. Wow. I said it just tells you that those girls are actually poor.
Right.
That's a complete opposite. So yeah, that was my thought. I just started laughing. I said, wow, it just shows that you actually don't understand what wealth is. and you're trying to look rich, but you're actually poor. Because people that are rich don't even do that. They do not talk about it. You don't even know. So that was my first thought. So I wore my Shein too.
Look at you representing.
I know we should have wore Shein today.
We should. I know.
It's Shein. It sounds weird saying Shein.
Does Shein have a tag? Is there a Shein tag on there? I know I got some Shein in the closet somewhere. Because some of my shit. Let me tell you how I shop. I shop in the middle of the night on Facebook most of the time. That's how I get my clothes. First of all, I've always hated shopping. My ex-husband used to buy all my clothes, and he would go buy me expensive clothes. But now that I have to buy my own clothes, I get them on whatever's online. Something pop up online. So a lot of the shit I got don't even got tags on it. Meaning it's some cheap ass online boutique that I didn't got my stuff from, and it still looks cute. Fashion Nova be getting my business, and it still looks cute. I rocks it. So I love the idea that people think that what you wear has something to do with your money, because that is the dumbest shit ever. But I digress. I want you to talk about it, Miss Dominique. What you think?
Listen, that is the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. And it just shows where people's values lie. Like that is dumb. You can have a great person in your life and you're gonna dismiss them based on what they wear and what they drive. Her car is probably paid for. She probably have money in the bank. So what is the issue? Like, I think it's crazy, but I think that she dodged the bullet. Get people out your life that don't even matter, that have no moral compass, because it's dumb. Like they remove themselves so she doesn't have to worry about it. I just think it's crazy, the mindset of people and how they value people based on what you wear and what you drive. That's just insane to me.
I tell you what, I want you to go, Tiara, but I just tell you, social media has really magnified some broke ass shit that I never even had the privilege of hearing from. It's crazy. It ain't even classism. It's brokeism trying to pretend or assimilate as classism, because these broke bitches probably don't even really got it like that anyway. But
no, they don't. No, they don't. Yep.
For sure. You asked me a question?
Yeah, I said, what was your thoughts when you seen that?
It's interesting because I think that just living in a town where, people front and people, are kind of chasing that look and feel. I understand the idea of perception and how sometimes like that's all people have. Like if that's all you have, you're pretty empty. But I understand that perception brings opportunity, and what you're wearing and what you drive up in, it matters in a town like this. And so I understand it, but I still think it's kind of a weird perspective to have in terms of judging your friendships on it. I mean, that's a whole nother conversation. Like that, you really don't rock with me. Like the guy just said, like, I don't really rock with you. You're not my friend. That's not friendship. That's different.
Take her out of town. She'll be like that girl who got killed when she went out of town with her three best friends.
Exactly.
Because they don't mess with her.
Exactly. I mean, all of, I think people show their true colors, right? Because you're absolutely right. It happens all the time. I'm constantly seeing articles and things where people are leaving and going to the club with their friends, and they're not coming home, and they say they get kicked out of the club or something like that, and they coming up dead because the friends was like, I don't know, she left the club, we didn't leave with her. It's those type of girls.
Or the ones that will leave you. Yeah, the ones that will leave you.
We'll leave you at the club.
Or that will leave you at a club and be like, oh, I was great or whatever, and it's like, girl, I didn't even know. I would have stayed.
I didn't know you were there. Oh,
yeah. When you talk about LA being the land of just that fake shit, that's the reason. And I'm from California too. It's so funny living out here because people often synonymize California with LA. Oh, Constance from LA. I am not from LA. It's a totally different world than Bay Area. Totally, like it's like two different states, planets, whatever. Yeah. But I will say that superficial behavior is prevalent there, and also Atlanta as well, or AKA Scamlanta. So when I decided to move, it was like that was one of the options, and I was like, I don't fit in there because I will wear Shein.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna go broke to look rich for you.
Thank you. No, I'm not doing that.
Let me ask you guys though: would you rather live in Scamlanta or LA?
None of the above. Neither.
LA.
God pick one. God pick one.
If I had to pick one, oh my God, come back to me.
In the audience, you two in the chat. LA or Atlanta? LA or Atlanta?
I probably would do Atlanta over LA.
What about you, Aisha? You're in LA, aren't you?
Definitely LA. I've been here for over 32 years. This is all I know. It's going to be LA. But when I went to Atlanta, I love Atlanta. It was beautiful, but definitely LA. The weather, the chance. My mother-in-law had a cabin in Big Bear. You can go see the snow and spend time there. Go to skiing, and then you can come back inland. You can go to the beach. My sister-in-law's house. So it's like, no, I like LA.
You can get anything you want in LA. Listen, let me crip walk on it. Listen, you can get whatever you want.
I be showing them out here. I be showing them how to see what. What? What about you, Miss Black Hollywood?
You know what? I was gonna move to Atlanta a couple years ago, so it's so funny that we're having this conversation. And I got down there and I was like, traffic is actually worse. I don't know what this is, and I don't know. It's that it is. It feels like a fake version of Hollywood, like a bootleg Hollywood. Like everybody thinks that they're celebrities, but they not because they was on Housewives or something like that, which is weird. And then there's these judgments just like this. Like I feel like these people that we're talking about today, they must have lived in Atlanta because that's the vibe. It's
right. Yeah. Totally. That's the first thing you think, though. That's the first thing you think. They must be from Atlanta.
Yeah.
I would say if I had to choose which judgmental assholes I want to be around, I think I'm gonna choose some black judgmental assholes. Neither, but I'll pick Atlanta over LA just because if I'm gonna be around some raggedy ass bitches, might as well be black ones. 6'7".
6'7". Oh my goodness.
So can you pull up the actual text?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. I had it ready for you, Constance. You just threw me off by saying you was going.
Anonymous said Atlanta is the greatest city in the world.
That's what he said.
Double A said, don't do it. Tierra, don't do it. Atlanta over LA. All right. So I had a time last night at the club. Nobody can ever make me hate Shein. Not gonna lie, Sarai, you cool and all, but you don't fit in my friend group. Every time we go out, you rocking Shein. Fit in and cheap purse when you make just as much money as us. You can afford a real designer like us. We all talked about how you make us look bad when we go out because Shein just gives dusty. All we wear is designer, and your Benz and your Benz of 2019. All ours is 2024 and up. You live in an apartment. We have houses. You so behind compared to us. It's like you're the cousin we have to take with us. If not, our mom gonna whoop us. I hope you understand where we coming from as your friends.
Your friends.
And she was being shady too. You like a little cousin. Our parents made us.
What?
That is crazy.
Shady is an understatement. So she's like, hey ladies, I have friends. And then they're like, yeah, we basically just chopped you up. We've been talking about you for a minute. However, let me tell you something. Your clothes is whack, your car is whack, your house is whack, you whack. You can't kick it with us no more because you driving down our value. I mean,
oh my goodness.
They just didn't like her. Just say you didn't like her.
I think so. You know what? We don't want to hang out with you anymore. That's it. Yeah. Why you have to label all these things? It's so ridiculous. I feel so sad.
Dominique, what you think?
They didn't like her, and they were finding a reason to say something. Again, she's probably the one with the money. The rest of them are probably broke. And so they're finding reason to say something. They trying to humble her. Like all that stuff wasn't even necessary. Like, why did you have to say all that? We are entitled to wear and do what we want to. And she looked cute to me. Like you can do and wear what you want to do and wear what you want. So why do you feel like you have a right to say something to somebody? But again, they just showed their true colors. She dodged the bullet. I would have laughed at that comment and I would keep it moving because you guys are horrible beings. Let's start. They're just horrible people.
There are actually people like I'm so out of the loop because I really don't give a damn about designer. I give a damn about the money that's in my bank. So, but there are people who actually know. There's this girl I used to know. She would go out and she would know she got them kind of shoes on and she got this and she got this. And I'm like, how do you know? Because how do you really know? How do you really know?
Stuff. I don't know how they keep up. It's overwhelming. Like, and I've never been. I like what I like. So it doesn't matter if it has a designer name, it doesn't matter to me. If I like it, but I'm also cheap. So I'm not going to spend, I like money in my bank account. And my philosophy is if I can't buy it more than one time, then I'm probably not going to buy it. Like if I don't have it to do it multiple times, I'm not going to do it. That's just my rule of thumb. For what? To make, and that's a different conversation though. But what we're doing is we're making other people rich. You put money in other families' pockets while you worried about something, and then everybody looks the same. We had this conversation yesterday. So everybody gets these Louis Vuitton. You don't know who's real, who's fake. And even if you're thinking about these, you're getting this designer stuff, right? So you have these stars, they're not even paying for it, right? Because the designers are 9 times out of 10 giving it to them for free to wear. So your broke behind can go buy it, right?
That's right.
And so we're not even thinking about it. And then some of the stars, they don't even wear real stuff.
No, they
fake bags, and they sending y'all off. They money in their bank account. You spending your money, it doesn't make sense. It's so superficial.
It's so true. See, working in the fashion industry for many years, that's why I always laugh, because the celebrities or those that have money, they're giving these items for free. They have these items, or they borrow them and then take them back. Because we in one of our stores in Beverly Hills, they will come with their whoever is styling them, their stylist, they'll pick up stuff, we'll actually give it to them, and they'll go wear them, take photo shoots, and bring them back, right? And then you see them out there, they don't wear those things in person. They dress just like you and me. They don't waste their time worrying about designer clothing. We actually call people that carry designer bag the walking billboard. Here's our walking billboard. They have Prada, this, that, on, where we're laughing. But some cultures do worship designer labels.
Asians.
Asians are good with that, yeah.
They're very, very, so everything from head to toe, they like to, because I don't know why, but they do. But they can afford it. They can afford it, so they just get one item and that's it. But really, behind the scenes, it's nothing close to what happens in reality. That is why when I wear my Shein, I'm like, yeah, I feel like this color today. I love it. There's nothing wrong with it. And that's exactly how people that actually have money dress. They don't care about whether you have a Birkin bag or whether you have Hermes bag. Nobody cares, really. They don't. But people on the outside think, oh, that's how I'm supposed to dress. We say, oh, a walking billboard coming down, walking billboard, watch out. It's ridiculous, right? So that's why I'm so sad that they made this young girl feel that way, and then it's now out in public. But the good thing is we now hear that it's terrible, because you are not what you wear on the outside. It's who you are in the inside, your character, your value. Do you have money in the bank, or are you struggling eating ramen noodle every night because you have a Birkin bag? It's like so ridiculous.
So ridiculous. Tiara, what's this idea of people having this whole elitist attitude? Like, where did this come from? Is this social media? Is this art imitating life, or is this life imitating art? Is this shit real, or has social media exacerbated the idea of elitism? And I'm going to ask that to you, Dominique, since Tiara is no longer here.
I do think that social media has made it worse, right? Because everybody looks the part. And again, we had a conversation similar to this in a sense yesterday. So you can scam people because if you look the part, you don't have to be proven. You just have to look the part. You have to look like money. And so people they're walking around with their red bottoms on, and they just taking everybody's money, right? Because they look the part. But then you have somebody that actually is the part, but because they don't look it, you're not going to gravitate towards them. You're not going to show them any interest. And so when you see all this stuff on social media, like, I pay attention to little things. They'll have their foot up in the air with the red bottoms, or they have their bag, their Gucci bag, like literally the bag that came, because that gets people's attention. And I think social media has made it worse, because it's like, I'd rather look like money than actually have money. Why not look like money? Because it gets me more attention. But if you come in and you just are a regular person and you don't have all that stuff, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get the attention that you're going to get if you have a bag, or have on red bottoms, or have, these different purses. It's like, social media has definitely made it worse. And it's sad, because we don't focus on value, right? We don't focus on the people. My type of style is, I love a person that can walk in a room and look like money and ain't spend money. I have a cousin that'll go to the thrift store. When she walk in the room, you turn your head like, girl, where you get that from? She like, girl, the thrift store. Like, learn how to style it, be more creative. I feel like even when you're thinking about name brands, it limits your creativity because you look like everybody else, and social media just makes it worse.
Yeah, something that you said though I think is a good point. Do you think that looking the part, Aisha, will get you in doors that perhaps you wouldn't get in if you did not look the part?
Unfortunately, yes, right? Because people judge you right away when they see the way you carry yourself. It does get you in the door because of the way you carry yourself, the way you dress, but also sometimes it might be a turn off because it depends on who you're meeting, and they know if you're just trying to put in a front that you are all that, but you're not, right? Because these days also as well, before you actually get in the door, they've already looked at your background to see if you even have money or not. So when
Yeah.
you show up as if you have money and they've already checked your background, they're like, yeah, this person's on the front. So they know already. But of course, every middle American will judge you based on how you appear right away.
Yeah.
But I've been privileged to be in a situation where I've been around people that are very, very wealthy, celebrities. They do not do none of what people do. They don't do none of that. They don't waste their time. Yes, if they are on a show, they might dress up, but all those things were loaned to them. They don't
Yeah.
take them, they don't wear them. That doesn't know who they are. So it's so funny that if you meet other people and they just want to see how you look, what you're carrying, like, what is that all about? It doesn't make any sense. But yep, the way you look does get you in the door. But these
You know,
days, only to the front door because they know you already. They've already checked your background to see if you're what you say you are.
so I just asked Aisha, and because Dominique made a point that sometimes looking the part will get you in the door, Tiara.
Mhm.
And so, do you think that does that stand true with you? Do you think that?
Yeah, I just think dressing well and just presenting yourself in a certain way, no matter what you have on, right? The way if your shoulders are back, if you come in with a little bit of that, whatever it is, people will take you in a plastic bag if you just have the factor, right? So I don't think that necessarily matters, but I think when you're
Baby,
trying.
you're staticky. You're staticky.
Mhm.
I hate that because you was on it.
Mm-hmm.
Mute yourself because now I'm hearing static again. God diggity damn. I'll say this because I think Black people have this issue with this whole idea of elitism. When I moved here, and I moved into a wealthy community, so I live in this Black community, which is one of the wealthiest Black communities in the country. One of them, there's several, but this is one of them, right? So I moved here because it was kind of like this community I lived in California, and when I came into the gates, I was like, ooh, there's a country club, and I seen Black girls on the golf carts and not old white men. I was like, ooh, I like it here. I want to live there. Didn't know anything about it, right? So I get a house over here, and then somebody was like, because I rented I was gonna rent for a year, but I ended up renting for 2 years. And so somebody was like, this is where you need to be, this is where you need to be, this is where you need to be, it's gonna make a difference, blah, blah, blah. So when people often ask me, oh, where do you live? And I'll say, oh, I live in this area, where? Oh, I live over here. And when you tell them where you live, it gives them a whole different, they kind of, oh, you live over there. Okay. And they treat you a little bit different. And that's the unfortunate thing. And one thing about this area is because of this idea of this elitism, which I don't subscribe to at all. I don't give a damn because, I've had money. I haven't had money. Like I've been, I don't give a damn about their money because I know what it is. Because you could lose it all tomorrow. Look at a lot of these people have government contracts, or they make six figures in the government sector. And what happened last year? 300,000 Black women lost their jobs. So while you asking everybody what you do, because that's the thing that they do. What do you do? Where do you live? What do you do? Where do you live? And those two things. Every time I meet somebody, what do you do? Where you live? So you basically got to wear your resume and the neighborhood on your shirt so that people can respect you. One guy even said, oh, where do you live? And I, again, vague. Where at? Over here. Where? Over here. Oh, on this side by the country club? Yeah. Do you live in a house or a townhome? That further qualified me or not on whether I was qualified to have a conversation. Okay, you live over here, but do you really got money? Do you have a house or a townhome? So Black people, this is not anything new, but there is this sort of elitism that they want you to have, or they qualify you based upon certain things. And it's unfortunate because, I don't be out here dressing. I'm gonna be cute. I'm gonna represent, but I'm not out here wearing no designer, but I'm gonna represent. But I think it's really unfortunate that Black people are so judgmental, because I've also gone into the depths of the hood and seen the most fanciest cars sitting over there. And I'm like, how, Sway? And then I go and look at my little car. I'm like, I just want to go blow up everything. Like, how they got, but they eating oodles and noodles. They in the hood. You know what I'm saying? They noodles. Yeah. But hey, Tiara, how you sounding over there? Let me hear how you sounding.
Testing 1 2 3.
Damn, yo.
I love y'all. I guess I'm just.
We want to hear.
I have so many things to say.
Yeah.
Okay, wait a minute. You good now. Go ahead. Let's see.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna try to hurry up and say it then. You were saying something about so you attract the wrong kind of people, like people that are just attracted to the things that you have. Let's say I go to a meeting and it's like, oh, you have a Range Rover or whatever it is. That's the wrong people. Like those are the wrong. That's not even the crowd you want or that are looking for, because the foundation is shaky. You know what I mean? So I would just say, I heard what you said about being in a county. I don't know why Black people have this where we can be prejudiced against each other. And I know where it came from. It's programming, right? As a former reality TV producer, it's programming, y'all. Have programmed y'all to look at each other and be like, I mean, well, she don't even drive, she raggedy, or whatever the thing is. It's programming. And so I just think that I don't know why we're like that. And Constance might say white supremacy, but I do think that we, right, it's racial, but, I just think that we have to be kind of like mindful when we see someone and we're quick to judge them, or especially if they look like us. Sometimes I was just listening to somebody not too long ago, like, if I live in a nice neighborhood and I see Black people, it's like, oh, the niggas then moved in. There goes the neighborhood. And it's like, what? Like, where did that mindset come from? Because it's kind of the same thing.
White supremacy. Me selling houses. I would take Black people to a neighborhood and then they will see a Black people on the street. They'd be like, yeah, I'm good. I want to live here because Black people. Negro, the moment you live here, you're going to be that Black person. I've had Indian people. I showed an Indian person a house one time and she looked at the one, she was like, Black people. And then she looked at me, she was like, I mean, try to change it up, but it is what it is. They think this way about you. I mean, you can't be the same way, but like we gotta change those concepts. Somebody said, Constance, why did you choose that neighborhood? I told you, when I came to this neighborhood, it was like the one I was living in. I seen Black people on the golf carts and now old white men, and it was great. And I was like, I want to live here. This is kind of what I lived in California. Do we have another video? All right, let's take a look at it.
Do 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 do. Here we go.
So, I don't know if y'all know, but now y'all know. I love a nice little chat. So let's chat. So, at the bottom, you're going to see this girl posted that her friend group that she had been hanging out with, one of the girls on the friend group sent her this text message basically saying to her that she doesn't fit in the group because she wears Shein clothes, because she lives in an apartment and they all live in houses, because she drives a 2019 Benz, and they drive a 2024 or 2025. Either way, I was so disgusted by this. I was so disgusted by this. Like, I hate a mean girl. I know, and I don't really like to say hate that much, but I don't like a mean girl. I do not like a mean girl. I don't like a mean girl. And what's worse is a group of mean girls. I definitely don't like a group of mean girls.
So it is giving, it is giving mean girl energy. Some more audio. It is giving mean.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, maybe she hit the wrong button.
What just happened?
What
just happened? Here we go. Hey, welcome back.
Hey, girl.
Hey. I was saying it does give mean girl energy, right? Like, I mean, who have you guys ever? Because there's also a situation. You know how women are. You just kind of feel like people are talking about you, or have you ever felt that energy from somebody? Maybe you walked in a room and you thought you was cool with somebody, but the energy. How are you able to tell, Dominique, like when you feel that energy, with a group of women?
So you can tell, because they're not really interacting with you. They're very short with you. And then when somebody says, oh yeah, she does such and such, and they start, explaining who you are. And then now your energy gravitates towards me, but it only gravitated towards me based on what I do. So automatically you like, she make money, so she's somebody I should know. But you can tell they don't really want to talk to you. They don't really give you eye contact. They just kind of looking at you, with that, negative energy. And it's like, okay, but I'm cool. So I have conversations, I move around, but I do like to see, I want to know the real you, so I can know how I need to move. So if you don't want to be bothered, if you didn't want to be bothered me when I walked in, when you figure out who I am or what I do, don't be bothered with me then, So
she said back then you didn't want me. Now I'm hot, you all on me.
So I can be nice, but I love that though. Like, let me know up front who you are, so then I can know what I need to do. Because at the end of the day, when I rock with people, I rock with you hard. So I need to know how you're gonna rock with me, not based on what I have, not based on what I do, not based on what I wear. Because what if I have a downtime? What if something happens and I just don't have it no more and everything is taken away? Things happen. I want people that love me no matter what, in every stage in my life, no matter what goes on. And so those type of people, when they show you their energy, you can tell. You walk in, they're just like, they don't really want to talk to you. They're very short. And I want them ones, I'm like, good morning, good afternoon, hey girl. Like, that's how I am. And when people, they're like, hey, you're like, oh, my bad. And then when you get with groups, your people start coming in and they connected to a person and they start having the conversations, and now your energy changed from me. Like, I was just, I'm a bubbly person. So I'm like, hey, and you were mean to me. But now, because you know things about me, now the energy different. Keep that energy. Don't worry about it.
Same energy, boo. That energy. What about you, Aisha? How do you deal with that? Have you experienced that, and how do you deal with it?
Yeah, I have experienced that. And like, Dominique was saying, the first impression tells you can tell from your instinct that this person is already judging you. They don't like you. You can just tell. And I'm cordial. Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. And I move to the next person. And if there's nobody else there, I'll just sit down and mind my business. But like she just said, when people start coming in and say, oh, do you know this person? Now they want to switch. Oh no, that doesn't work. You had your chance and you showed me who you were. You don't have a do-over. Sorry, you don't. So
you got one chance to make you got one chance to make your first impression or something.
I'm always authentic, hey, how's everybody doing? But I mind my business. I don't say anything. But if you treat me in a certain way, I don't say anything. But then, oh, Aisha, oh, this is the one I'm talking about. And I say, oh, no, you're done. No, it's not happening.
Yeah, because you should treat everybody the same. Like, I love people. Right. It doesn't matter. I meet people everywhere. I'm a talkative person. I love talking to people. And the funny thing is, if you really have a conversation with people without judging them, you will really find out how interesting people are, how much people really have to offer you. And if you judge them initially based on how they look, because everybody doesn't wear their money. Yeah. And when you start having conversations and you're just nice to people and you just get to know a person, no matter what they look like, I don't care. Mm-hmm. You will find out, like, even if it's nothing that they can do for you, it's the information that they're able to give you, like, oh, I didn't even know that. Like, whoa. But if you dismiss people, you miss out on all those valuable opportunities that you have with people based on what they have, what they're wearing, what they're driving, and where they live. It doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
To that.
What about you, Tara? What do you think? How do you deal with people when the energy is off?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Just
I hear static. Can you
no.
hear me?
We gotta just let her go when we let her go. Like, no, don't go. But we gotta just let you. No, don't go. I'm saying we gotta let you get it in when it's right instead of I don't know waiting. But I'll say. So of course I notice sometimes when people give me that energy, but for the most part, y'all, I'm so fucking oblivious. My ex used to tell me, "You see how she looking at you?" No, I didn't. My assistant used to say that, "Girl, she looking at you." I was like, "Really?" I had no clue. I be so much in my head, and sometimes, and because like sometimes I just don't be thinking, or maybe I don't remember. People think it might be a little off-putting, but I don't mean no diss. I just be focused on me, right? So sometimes I'll go in and I'll greet people, but I don't trip off of how people look at me. Especially like back then, I was just, I had so much confidence. I don't care. I probably got more money than you anyway. So it don't even matter what you think about me. Probably out here. I probably got, I'm probably the poor one out here. But I never really tripped about that energy kind of thing. I move around. But of course, I felt it before. You see it. There are definitely mean girls. For the most part, I really don't be knowing. So I'll come up, and my daughter has to be my bulldog. Because I'm a type of person that, and this has gotten me in trouble. I am very open to everybody. I accept everybody. I love everybody. And so there's no guard. And so it's like, I love you until you cross me, and then you're dead to me. And it's not like I hate you, but forget you, forgot you, never thought about you. We're done. So I open up to everybody. And then if it don't work, then I forget. Like it's like throwing in a sea of forgetfulness, because I don't consume my time in being mad or negative or anything at anybody else. I just go. People have said when they've interacted with me, "Oh my God, I thought you would be stuck up," or "I thought something," and I'm like, what reason would I have to be stuck up? Like, that's stupid. Like, it's not even that serious. But sometimes people will assume that I'm stuck up because I might just be in my head. It's not like I don't want to be around here. It's just I ain't paying no attention to nobody. I really not. Blame my head and not my heart. For me. I think there's another video that we have on this topic too. She said she's going to stay. She said she got internet good. Tiara said she got good internet, but to be honest with you, she has trash internet. Trash.
I don't make friends. Like, I should not be crying because you guys. So I had told my two friends, right? I was like, okay, I think on Thursday or something, or like Thursday, Friday or something. I was like, let's go get matcha, and then we'll go to the game on Monday. I had 3 free tickets. And then they were like, okay, we're on the phone today, like an hour ago, 30 minutes ago. And mind you, I was gonna get the matcha, y'all. I was gonna purchase the matcha, but I was on the phone with them 30 minutes ago. I was like, I don't want matcha because I'm probably gonna get banana pudding or like some food or drink from the game, but I'll still go with you guys and get you guys matcha. And you guys, why did they go and get matcha without me and they didn't tell me? So I'm like, how far are you? And mind you, their house is like 7 minutes away from my house. And they're like, we took the wrong exit. And I'm like, it doesn't take the freeway to get to my house. You just drive straight down and you're at my house. And then they wouldn't, first of all, they were just like, oh, we missed the exit. And I'm like, what do you mean? I was like, where are you guys at? They're just like, oh, we're 20 minutes away. We just missed the exit. Mind you, they're not telling me why they're 20 minutes away. So then I'm like, be for real, like, where are you guys at? And they're like, we went to go get matcha. And mind you, like, it has not, fuck the matcha. I don't care about the matcha. It's the fact that I'm the one that came up with us to hang out, and then you guys exclude me, and then you guys want to go to the game. Like, no, that's not the way it works. It's like you purposely excluded me, and this isn't the first time this happened. And like I'm so sad. Like, fuck the matcha. Like, I'm sad because my makeup is ruined, but like the game isn't until another hour, so I'm gonna redo my makeup and then just go to the game by myself. I try to ask my sister, but she has work. But y'all, this is why I don't make friends. Like, I'm literally so nice, you guys. I'm literally so nice, and I'm so kind. Like, I don't care. Like, I'll spend money on people, I'll buy shit for them, and I just don't care about none of that. But it's like, why exclude me out of part of the day when I'm the one that brought that idea. Like, you know,
The matcha. I don't mean to be cynical or dismissive. My daughter has done this. This has been some same conversation I've had to deal with my daughter in high school. Mommy, it's my idea. I do it. And I've had to grin and bear it and fuck these fake ass bitches and all that stuff. So I got nothing because that's kind of how I deal with it. So I know maybe we deal with this at our age. I don't know. But what's an advice you would give your daughter Aisha on something like this?
Yeah, that's actually happened to my daughter where when it's not about the matcha. It's so true. It's just the feeling that I came up with the idea, let's do something. And then you go behind my back and do the exact same thing and excluded me. It's like, what is that supposed to mean? So it happened to my daughter, and not specifically the same issue, but where she feels excluded, right? They do something, they don't tell her, and then she finds out later that this is what was happening. And like you said, I say, no, look, forget about them. They don't deserve your friendship. You're too good for them. If they would do something like this when you brought the idea or whatever you guys were doing, and then they went and did it without you, then you found out later, then it means they're not your friends. Of course, for a young person, it's hard for them to accept it because they are so invested, they care, they're crying. And I just talk her through. I said, listen, sweetie, if these people are your friends, they would include you. And if they excluded you, it means either they didn't need you to be there with them, and that's perfectly fine. So guess what now? The same people now, because of the way I spoke to her, I say, look, you are a great young lady. Just find those people that will see you for that and value your friendship. Guess what now? Those same people now want to be friends back with her. But because of the way she is now, she now doesn't give them time either. So I'm busy as well. I'm busy. So it's crazy, but young girls today, it's such a different world.
It's so many damn Mean Girls, but Mean Girls didn't just start today. I mean, remember we had Mean Girls in the 80s. It's always been Mean Girls. I just feel like I'm glad that my daughter had these experiences, but as a mother, we always know. I used to tell my daughter, because now she looked back and she goes, Mom, how did you know that she wasn't no good for me? And I would tell her. She would be running behind these little stank ass girls, and I'd be like, she ain't cool, Kai. She ain't cool, Kai. And she'd be like, no, that's my friend. And then she end up not being cool. Now she'd be like, Mama, how'd you know? Because mamas know. Mamas know these little stank asses. What is the advice that you give your daughter, Dominique?
So my daughter is kind of like you, Constance. Like she don't care. And when you show her who she is, you show her who you are, she's done. Like she's had situations like, for example, she went over to one of her friends' house. They went downtown, they went to Chinatown, and they did all this stuff. My daughter worked, so she has money. The other girl didn't have that much money, but my daughter was still fitting the bill. The girl got mad that my daughter wasn't fitting all the bill. They came back home, and she put my daughter out the house. And the mama let her put my daughter out the house. And I got a problem because you don't put my daughter out the house. Like, I'll come get mine. Let me know she ain't never got to come back. That girl did that. My daughter was like, you ain't never got to worry about me. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to my mama. Don't follow me on social media. Like, she's done. She's like, I'm done. You sure? I don't have to fit the bill for you. Like, I've already.
Where did your daughter learn that energy from?
I don't know. She'll look thug a little bit. Like
tattoo tears, homie. Tattoo tears.
She does not, like, when it comes to stuff like that, she does not care, and she doesn't play, like, and she doesn't give second chances. So it's like when you show who you are, and I can as a mother, I can pick up on certain things, but I don't really have to worry about her in that aspect, because when she picks up on it, she's done. There's never been a friend that she's refriended. Like, when you show them,
she don't spin the block. She don't spin the block. I love that for her.
You show me who you were. So, like, what makes you change? Like, now you have to miss my and she a Capricorn. So, like, that shut off game is real too. So I've never had to deal with that, because she's like, okay, that's fine. They win. It is what it is. So we just won't play nothing. I understand it. I get it. And I'm moving along.
Is your daughter an only child, or does she have siblings?
No, she's not the only child. She's my oldest, but my kids are 5 years apart. So she's like an only child, because there's such a big age gap in between them.
I think that's dope. I don't know. All my kids have been bullied, and I was a bully. So I think I'm getting the bully back through my kids. I think my karma is coming back through my kids. It wasn't that I was a bully. It was just that in my household, they were so tough. My mom and them, my brother and them, like, you got talked about real bad. You like they didn't play. So going out on the playground, if some, none of that shit bothered me at all because I got it so bad at home. You go out here, you say something to me. No, I'm gonna say something to you first. There was one time I remember when I was like, I used to bully this girl, and then when she in elementary school, I didn't bully her. She was just, she was one of them girls that did this. But I remember in high school, no, after high school, I was 20 and I went to somebody's graduation. We're walking and she goes, "Mom, this is Niecy." And no, Auntie, this is Niecy. And her auntie, and this is 12 years later. "Auntie, this is Niecy." And her auntie goes, "You Niecy? You used to have my niece all the way coming home, crying all the time, blah, blah, blah." I was like, "Oh Lord, I don't remember." She's like, "I just tell her to, whatever." But I was that girl. So my kids, exact opposite, super sensitive, and they all got bullied in one way or another, and it drove me crazy because I wanted to go. I was like, "Listen, I just do this. I'll just go down around the hallways, and I'll just troll the hallways doing this. Let them motherfuckers know." And only one of my kids would allow me to come to school and check somebody. The other ones, they wouldn't really tell me, but I was always waiting. I was like such an entertainer. I wish a motherfucker would. So I was always waiting on the opportunity to go over there and say something. And they knew it. And so my son would be like, "Mom, you coming?" I'd be first thing smoking. The other ones wouldn't really tell me what was going on a whole lot. But I just wonder, like, where'd your daughter get that from? Because for me, mine were all sensitive. And I think maybe I probably ruined them because of, me sheltering them from people like me. Then they actually became the victims, maybe.
And I don't know where she got it from because I was bullied, like I'm the soft one. So, and I'm glad that she's like that, but I don't know because I'm not like that at all. Like she don't play and she will fight. She ain't starting no fights, but she will fight. Like we're polar opposites because I was bullied. Like I was the one that they picked on, and I'm like, what did I do? And oftentimes it would be for no reason because I don't bother anybody. I don't say anything to anybody. I really love people. So, I'm just friendly and nice, but sometimes being nice to get you, pushed over on. But I don't know where she got it from. I don't know.
Well, Anonymous said your kids can't fight. They don't. My son had gotten in one fight, and he was always taught by their dad, like, "Don't you tell the teacher." And I said, "Listen, let me tell you something. Check this out here. Somebody get in within arm's distance of you and they look threatening, you better start swinging. So you better not ever, I better not ever hear you coming back talking about somebody fought you and you didn't fight them back, because that's what happened. I put my son in a private school, put him in public school. And so he got into a fight, but he didn't really fight back. I was like, "Don't ever do that shit again." "Well, Dad said I can't fight. I need to tell the teacher." Negro, if you don't start swinging the moment they look like they about to do something to you. So, sorry. A little flashback. I have this thing in me. I just up until recently, y'all, let me just tell you this fun fact. Up until recently, I used to daydream about fighting. So there was this thing about me, like, and then I remember asking my friends, doesn't everybody daydream about fighting? She was like, "That's not normal." And I was like, "What do you mean? Like, everybody doesn't like think about like what they would do if somebody did this?" And like, she's like, "No." I was like, "Really?" And so then I asked somebody else, I was like, "Do you daydream about fighting?" They were like, "No." And I was like, "Shit, it's just me. I'm the only one that daydream about fighting." So I had to like get that out of my, I don't do that no more. I had to be intentional about getting that out of my spirit. Because I'm the wish a motherfucker would type. Anyway, let's take a look at these statistics, y'all. Studies show women are more likely to spend money on appearance-related purchases than men, especially when they feel judged socially. What do you guys think? Yeah? No? Maybe so? Women more than men? Yeah. Research shows that social media increases spending habits because people feel pressure to keep up. Many consumers admit they bought things that they couldn't afford just to maintain an image on social media. Let me ask you this before you go to the next one. Has anybody had an outfit that they couldn't wear twice because of social media?
No.
I have. For sure. If I knew I killed it in this outfit, you are not going to see me wearing it another. I'll wear it, but I ain't going to post it. You ain't going to see me in the same outfit twice on social media. I'll wear it, but I just won't wear it for social media.
I'm wearing my stuff. I'm going to wear it again and again. If I like it, I'm going to keep wearing it. I don't care. And I'm going to take pictures in it, and I'm going to keep wearing it.
You going to post it too?
I'm going to post it too. Yep. Because I don't care.
Pray for me. What about you, Tierra? What about you? Put it in the comments. What about you, Tierra? Do you wear the same thing twice on social media? Anybody? Oh, I see White said again and again. No and
Yep.
on social media again yet. You do? Tiara lying. Shut up. Shut your lying ass up. I'm not the only one. Okay, go to the next one. Go to the next. Do we have another one? A 2019 Mercedes is still considered a luxury vehicle. Yeah.
Yep.
And depending on the model, the average payment for a luxury car can range from $700 to $1,500 per month, not including insurance. Ain't that true? Studies show women are more likely to go back. Oh, reports show that nearly 40% of Americans struggle to cover a $400 emergency, meaning many people are living unstable financially while still trying to look successful. But if something happened,
nothing.
The average American has $6,000 in credit and credit card debt, which shows how common it is for people to fund lifestyles they cannot truly afford. So as a wealth architect, Aisha, I know it hit when you said people only got, $400 or whatever. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's so sad. And even though we don't want to be judgmental of people, but when you see somebody, you have a perception because of the way they carry themselves on the outside, right? When you meet them, and then now you sit down to do a financial needs analysis and you're like, oh, okay, it doesn't match. What you thought doesn't match what's on paper.
That's my fear.
And then you meet somebody else, because I've been in the industry for so long, you meet somebody else that are very unassuming and they have massive wealth, like massive, but they just wear t-shirts, jeans, one pair of shoes, and you're looking at them like, so I've seen it all the time. That is why, to me personally, I don't judge people based on what they're wearing, because I know it's just a front. If you have it, you have it. If you don't, you don't. There's whatever, how you want to fake it till you make it. Doesn't really help you. Just be who you are. Enjoy being who you are. Whatever you can afford, get it. But this idea that you want to front, and we see it all the time, and we're like, wow, it doesn't match. Interesting. But yeah.
I think it is poignant what you said. When I filed bankruptcy in 2009, I was 33. I was making nearly $250,000. I had more month than money. So what makes me better than the person making $50,000 now, $50,000 a year, but yet they got a bank full of money, retirement, assets, or whatever. And here I am, $250,000 a year, 4 children. I can't buy them a ticket to the fair, to the carnival.
Yeah.
So when you talk about the perception, and then when you look up under the hood and that shit look way different, it's a whole different ball game. So I think that's such a great point, is that, it looks good, but when you peeling back that onion, everything ain't cracked up to what it seems. What do you think?
I'm sorry, real quick, like me, after doing that, I've lived a very modest life. I don't, because I understand the difference between being wealthy and rich.
Yeah, man.
Big difference. Like, I don't worry about anything. I don't worry about nothing, because I want to live a life of peace, joy, and actually contentment, and I can do what I want. But some people want to be rich, but then they have nothing. Like, what are you doing? So I purposely live a very, very modest life so that I can live my life the way I feel confident, no matter where I go, because I know what is in my account and what I can afford. So
absolutely. What about you, Dominique?
So I agree. I feel like, I don't want to look the part, right? I want to have money in the bank. I want to be comfortable. And the thing is, when we think about being rich, we think about finances. And to me, having money means freedom. Freedom to be with my children, freedom to do the things that I want to do. And in order to have freedom, you have to have money, which means that you have to be responsible and you have to make responsible choices, which means that I'm not going to always be able to buy everything that I want. Do I have all my needs? Yes. Am I going to have the newest car? No. But is my car paid off? Yes. That's the things that matter, because now I can move differently, right? I'm not trying to keep up with the next person. For what? Like, why am I trying to keep up? Because again, I'm trying to keep up with somebody that is behind. I just think that they're caught up. I'm trying to keep up with somebody that's showing their highlight reel, not the reality of who they are and what they are and what they have. They don't even have that. So I'm fighting to keep up with somebody that's fake.
That's fake.
To me, what richness is being able to spend time with your children, right?
Mhm.
Having the freedom to move the way you want to move and go to where you want to go, travel when you want to travel, be able to get the ticket to go to the carnival, go to the movies with your kids. That's rich to me. That's freedom. And that's what money will allow. It doesn't necessarily, you don't, and again, I'm not against the things, but make it make sense. Don't hurt yourself to keep up with the stuff that's going on around us, what you see on social media, because at the end of the day, it's not worth it. And it doesn't really make you feel good, because you go home and you're broke, you got a purse you're not putting money in. Like, what does that do for you? You got a nice car that you parked on the street at your apartment complex. Why is that it doesn't make any sense. And so I just want the freedom. And I want to be rich. Yes, I want to be rich so that I can move the way I want to. My oldest, eventually she's going to have, children. I want to be able to be there for my children, and having your finances in order gives you the freedom to be able to do all of those things.
That's what the freedom is. I did a TikTok a while ago when I used to keep cash for my marijuana dispensary. It's before I could, it went in the bank. But so I did this little TikTok and it said, y'all, I forget. It basically said, I'd rather have a plastic bag with thousands of dollars in it than $1,000 bag with nothing.
With no money.
With no money. And I think that is so true, is we're so concerned with the wrong things. But I will leave you with, it is white supremacy. And let me tell you why, because it always stems back to racism and white supremacy. Think about it. They have old money. They don't care about that shit. They don't care about that money. They've had money generation upon generation upon generation. They were passing houses and assets and land. We have been passing trauma. Okay. We weren't able to buy houses up until the last 50 years. We weren't able to own certain things. So there is that. We got new money. We have not. So I blame that, because it's like, okay, now we got a little money. Now we want to show it. Now we want to show everybody that we got it, that we finally made it. But that's not what true wealth is. So we're just getting on to the game, and we don't really understand the difference between being wealthy and being rich. And I blame that on white supremacy, because we just got in the game too late. So you can't really compare our thought process with their thought process. You know what I'm saying? Because we're very different. We've been in America for the same amount of time, but they've had wealth a lot longer than we have. And that's the reason why I think a lot of the mindset is there in how we think about this stupid ass shit. Before we go to our final thought, I want to give you guys a Black history. No, we're going to do our final thought. Then I'm going to do a Black history fact. All right. So I will start with you, Miss Dominique. Give us your final thought and where we could find you.
So I think that we just have to change our mindset. And I know that we're seeing a lot of things on social media that's where we're talking about things, over having money and being financially stable. But I do see a shift, right? You have people that are buying acres of land, and, people that are farming. And I think that if we focus on that, like Constance, you were talking about white supremacy, we can get there. We just have to change our mindset. It is so possible, right? Let's buy some land. Let's create our own farms. Let's grow our own food. And then we can get to the point where we can buy things, right? We can get the things that we want, and it's not hurting us. Right now, keeping up with trends is hurting us, and we have to change our mindset. So if you are looking for me, you can find me on all social media platforms at the Whitmore Group. And you can go to our website to keep up with all the things that we are doing at the Whitmore Group. And we can help you purchase real estate throughout the United States. We're here for all things real estate.
All things real estate. So is it a good time to buy real estate? Should we wait to buy real estate, or buy real estate and wait?
It's always a good time to buy real estate.
All right, bet.
Always a good time.
Aisha.
Well, I think focus on building wealth. Just focus on building your family wealth. And like Constance was saying, that the other communities have had many years to build. Now we're just, trying to build. Focus on building. And also try not to copy. We shouldn't be copying anybody. So we should compete, not compare. Stay in our own lane, build wealth, and understand that trying to look rich while we're broke doesn't really help us. Because when you're building wealth, you're thinking about generational way of doing things. So you're not being frivolous and spending money, or comparing people that, they don't have this money, or they don't have money. We don't want to do any of that. Let's just focus on building each other up, building our own wealth, and understanding that those that have already had it before us, we shouldn't compare ourselves with them. No. Instead, let's just start competing and put our head and save. Don't allow material things to describe who you are or what you're trying to do, because that doesn't really help anybody. And that's what I would say. Where can you find me? I'm in the Black Business School as one of the coach there. If you have any needs for insurance, I can help you. And also you can find me on aishaverzi.com.
Yay, Aisha, thank you. So I want to show y'all something. Y'all see this lady right here? Wait, she coming up. She look white, huh? She look white. Guess what? She Black. A lot of people haven't heard of her, but this is Gladys West. And a lot of people would be directionless without her. She was a Black mathematician who worked for the U.S. Navy beginning in the 1950s, at a time when Black women were rarely allowed into high-level scientific roles. This lady looked like she could have passed, but she didn't. She actually developed complex mathematical models that accurately measured the shape of the Earth using satellite data. She was brilliant. Her calculations became the foundation of global positioning system technology. You know what that is? GPS. So every time somebody uses GPS for directions, for food delivery, for ride sharing, logistics, they are actually benefiting from the work of a what? A Black woman whose contributions went largely unrecognized for decades. This is why telling our full history matters. This is why we need to know, because if you listened to the powers that be, you would think that Black folks didn't create anything. You would think that Black people are dumb. I actually what was today's? I do a Black History Spotlight every day. But I think, they said they gave Black runaway slaves a mental illness. They called it drapetomania. Now that was yesterday. Drapetomania. So if we ran away, they made it into a mental illness that we were mentally ill. And what they've done is over the years, they've tried to prove our inferiority, and we ain't that. Out of all of this, we've shown that we are resilient, that we're brilliant, that we're wonderful, and we are all the things. That's not the picture of her. That's the picture that came up in Google. Anyway, y'all, thank you. Where can you find me? At I am Constance Carter. Oh shit, she looks vastly different. ChatGPT fucked me up all the way. My bad. This is Gladys. God dang.
And the movie, I think the movie also Hidden Figures, it's about her. The movie Hidden Figures, yes.
Thank you for the correction, because sorry, y'all, I didn't mean to curse, but damn, she looks definitely different. That lady looked like a white lady, but a Black lady. Thank you for that, because we need to acknowledge and recognize who it really was. And she was a Black woman who invented the GPS. We're brilliant, we're resilient. That's who we are as a people. And guess what? We will see you tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Peace out.